Maybe this is you. Maybe you wake up with an alarm. You know, the one you set on your cell phone. And just like those old alarm clocks that you used to have on the side of your bed, you hit the snooze button on your cell phone. You hit it once, which is like 5-10 minutes. You probably hit it again because you're getting up. I don't know, maybe it's really early in the morning, or maybe it's the middle of the night. You're like, why do I have to work this job? I mean, everybody has to work, right? So you get up, you brush your teeth, you jump in the shower, maybe you shave, maybe you put on your makeup, and then you get in your car. Your car. You love your car. You do your monthly payment. You pay insurance. Maybe you put the little customized license plate frame around the license on the back, of course. Maybe the front too. But you get in your car. I don't know, maybe you listen to the local radio. That's kind of old, kind of last century. I'm sure you plug in your cell phone. You put on Pandora, or I don't know, maybe just listen to your own MP3s. You fight the traffic. Or maybe you're super early. I used to be super early. But this is not about me. This is about you. You commute. I don't know if it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Some of you guys commute an hour. That's crazy. And then you get to your place of employment. You clock in. What a ritual. That doesn't even sound good, clocking in. I don't know, maybe you don't have to rush. But if you do report to an office or to a hospital or to a school or maybe a government type job, I don't know. You get there at the same time as everybody else. So maybe you can just complain about how the traffic was and how you got up early, how you dropped your cell phone because you hit the snooze bar. I don't know. And then when you finally sit down at your desk or your place, your own little private cubicle or whatever it is for you, you dilly-dally for the first 2 hours, right? You check your emails, you shuffle some papers, you read some old reports. Does anybody do reports anymore? I'm not talking the paper reports. Just the stuff you have to summarize and then send to your boss or your coworker or your vice president or something like that, right? But you basically just dilly-dally for the first 2 hours. Then you start thinking of lunch. It's expensive, or maybe it's free and the food's lousy. But if you have to pay for your lunch, that adds up, right? You're already thinking about lunch and it's only like 10:30 in the morning for you typical 9-to-5ers. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So you start looking for your keys. You look through your wallet or your purse. You're like, do I have enough cash for lunch? Do I want to use cash? Maybe I'll use credit card. Because the good thing about a credit card is that you don't have to pay the whole thing off. You can just make the minimum payments. And I don't know if you look at your statement, but if you pay the minimum payments, it'll probably take you about 20 years to pay it back. That's a little depressing. But anyway, you're digging through your wallet, you're digging through your purse. Then you gotta find your keys, and then you don't want to be lonely. You kind of look around and see if anybody else is looking around, and you start making lunch plans. And then you start debating, whose car you're going to take or if you're going to walk. You only have an hour. Maybe you only have a half hour. So you got to go to your car. You got to tell the other people you're going to follow them or they're going to follow you. You check your cell phone for some more messages. You're always looking for a better opportunity, a better job. Or maybe you do that online dating, those apps. I don't know. And then you kind of get judgmental. And you notice other people are kind of slacking, looking at the clock, shuffling papers, looking for their keys. You think, man, whatever, I just want to eat lunch. So you eat lunch. It's not very good. It's never good. Lunch during work hours is never good. No matter if you have sushi or not, it's still not good. Lunch, the brightest part of the day, and you're only halfway through. You're like, man, we always go to the same place for lunch. Or maybe you sit with a crowd who makes their own lunch. They talk about kale and gluten-free and all that stuff. And then you're thinking, oh, maybe I should eat better. I'm not going to have soda. I'm just going to have a bottle of water. And you're paying for water. And then you remember, before you went to lunch, you were kind of noticing all the other slackers. And you're like, I'm not a slacker. I should be running the department. But whatever, you finish your lunch. And after lunch, you realize it's been, oh my gosh, you've been at this job for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. Where has all the time gone? You start thinking about, what are you going to do after you get off work? And it's only just after lunch. You work, maybe concentrate for like an hour, and then you're thinking, there has got to be a better way. There's got to be a better job out there. There's got to be a better opportunity. What are you doing? You see other people on your phone right there. They're on Instagram. They're on Pinterest. You're on Instagram. You're on Pinterest. And it sounds like everybody is leading this wonderful life. People are in Vegas. People are in LA. They're in Miami. They're in Mexico. They're in London. And you're still in your office thinking there's got to be a better way. But you are afraid. You're afraid to take a chance on yourself. You don't know anything about being an entrepreneur, right? Or do you? I mean, you're willing to learn. You're curious, right? Because there's got to be more to life than this. Than waking up, thinking about lunch, looking at all the slackers, thinking you should be running the department. And then you... Where has all your time gone? There is a better way. You don't have to be afraid. You just got to go for it. I don't know. Start your own business. Start a lawn care company. I don't know. You got to do something. There's got to be something better than just clocking in.